The Board of Selectmen are unanimous in their choice for an interim town administrator. We'll have the latest.
The East Long Meadow Charter Commission hears from the community and sets an ambitious schedule for reframing our form of local government. We have highlights from 2 recent meetings.
After months of inactivity, a proposed gas station project at Shaker Road in Chestnut may finally be set to get underway.
With just 4 weeks to go before the town's biggest celebration of the year, we have an update on the parade.
And we have highlights of Spartans playoff action as the spring season comes to a close.
Those stories and much more ahead on ELCAT News Update.
Hello, I'm Bella Kokoyanakis.
And I'm Allie Carrington.
The East Long Meadow Board of Selectmen on Wednesday took only a few minutes to select Greg Moyer of Oklahoma as their top choice to serve as the interim town administrator.
But my choice would be Greg Moyer. So.
And through the board, my number one choice was that same fella.
So that would be my number one choice also.
Town officials told ELCAT News Thursday morning that Moyer had been contacted and said he was thrilled to have been chosen, but that no formal conversations between the board and Moyer had yet taken place.
The East Long Meadow Charter Commission hopes to submit its proposal for a new town charter to the voters by next April. The commission met last Wednesday for a public hearing to listen to residents' concerns and suggestions for what a new form of East Long Meadow town government might look like.
One person in charge. That's what we need. We get rid of the Board of Selectmen in its entirety. They have no business.
A couple of observances I'd like to make. I would like to see somewhat of a stronger form of government. I think probably number one, if we're going to stay with the selectmen, I think we should have probably 5, number one. And or, number 2, it might be a good idea to have a strong town administrator, someone who can actually make decisions.
I'd just like to say, I haven't been around for long. I'm only 16. But I've been somewhat in government. In our school, obviously, we have a what they like to call student council. And after serving 2 terms as president, term as vice president, term as a representative, I've gotten to know how government works. And I think the simple answer that I would like to suggest, and some people have suggested elements, is a simple mayoral system, a mayor, a 5-member council. I know somebody already mentioned that. I stole my idea. And the mayor would have the ability to kind of lead the town, be sort of what they would like to call a strong mayor.
In a follow-up meeting the next evening, members set to work, plotting out an ambitious timetable for collecting data and conducting an interview. They plan to talk with elected officials and department heads from East Long Meadow and several comparable communities in Massachusetts.
If we kind of follow this flow, so we want to do our internal interviewing in June. So do we then, if we can, try to do our external interviewing in July?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't take
So-
on too much of
No,
that.
you
Right.
can't.
Because of
Right.
vacations,
Right.
we may end
Well,
up
And,
having...
and the other thing is, I think the data we gather internally will help us when we go external.
A charter proposal must be approved by the Attorney General's office prior to being placed on an annual town election ballot. Meetings of the Charter Commission are held every other Thursday in the media room at the Senior Center on North Main Street, and the public is encouraged to attend.
Representatives of L.E. Belcher, developers of a proposed gas station and convenience store on the corner of Shaker and Chestnut, met with the planning board on Tuesday night.
For a number of reasons, there was a delay in Belcher commencing construction that went beyond the 9 months that the zoning bylaw speaks to, and also the zoning bylaw also requires this process to be undertaken if there's a transfer of ownership without substantial construction having occurred, and that substantial construction had not taken place at the time of the transfer. And Belcher does intend to undertake construction soon. There have been some delays as they negotiated with both the supplier of gasoline and also with potential third-party tenants to do co-brand within the store. We would respectfully request that the permit be just transferred and issued in Belcher's name.
With little discussion, the motion passed unanimously. Construction is set to begin by the end of the summer.
Friday, East Long Meadow High School held its graduation ceremony, breaking the tradition of having graduation on the first Sunday in June. 206 students received their diplomas following speeches by Class President Jack Dalton, valedictorian Arnold Sarker, Jack Moynihan, and Andrew Katz.
Dream of the future, remember the past, but most importantly, live in the present.
Suddenly Walter White has hair. Suddenly I have hair. Start to ask yourself, what am I supposed to do with my life now? But why worry? High school is just one series. We've got a series ahead of us. We just need to sit up, click back to browse, and go to the next show in our queues. Class of 2015, congratulations.
We are all our own unique individuals, and while this should be celebrated, we need to remember that we've all been part of something bigger than ourselves. We are all Spartans. We owe this place a lot, and you know what? Come to think of it, maybe I was wrong about closing the book on high school. Instead, graduation should probably just be the start of a new chapter in how we support this school, and most importantly, each other in the years to come. Good luck, Class 2015.
The world is changing in the 21st century. Apple is about 10 years away from controlling everything. Just as Star Wars has been revived and preserved, so too will we be. We're graduating today, but we'll be back in theaters soon.
In just a few short weeks, East Long Meadow's annual Independence Day Parade will be underway. With last year's parade being canceled due to weather, the town's residents are sure to be expecting something exciting. We spoke with Ryan Quimby, chairman of the parade committee, about what we can expect for this year's event.
The last year gave us a really good dry run, so we know kind of what to do, the process, who to call. It's been pretty well planned. It's kind of more routine now. Unfortunately, no, last year we had to cancel it, so we put a lot of work into it for nothing, but hopefully this year we'll have a nice one. We got a couple new groups too, so. This year's parade, we got 12 bands, 5 units, and I think we're up to about 60 participants. So usually the last couple of weeks we'll get about probably another 60, but it starts from the high school through, and then goes up North Main, down Westwood, and then ends at Birchland. And we'll say that's the new normal route. I know everybody calls it the reverse route, but it's the new normal. It'll be a good parade.
And
the spring sports season closed out this week with some exciting playoff action. Here's ELCAT's Colin Casey with the sports report.
Thanks, Bella and Allie. After wrapping up the last of the regular season games last week, 3 East Long Meadow teams found themselves in playoff position. The boys volleyball team entered the tournament at the number 7 seed, defeating Holyoke 3-0 in the first round. They moved on to play number 2 ranked Westfield, where they fell short 3-0 despite an impressive game from senior Wes Solon with 15 assists and 3 digs. Junior David Becker had 10 kills and 2 aces, and fellow junior Riley Held had 9 kills and 2 blocks. The Spartans finished the season with a winning record of 11-7. At 6-10 2 weeks ago, the girls' softball team's chances of making the postseason were slim. However, after winning an impressive 4 games in a row, the Lady Spartans finished 10-10 and went on to play Central in round 1 this week. Both teams were quiet offensively until the 4th inning, where Katie Bonavita ripped a single, sending Meg Sharon home to tie it up at 1. Unfortunately, Central responded in the 5th and came out with a 2-1 victory over the Lady Spartans. Even though the Spartans loaded the bases with no outs in the bottom of the 7th, they fell just short of victory. The girls lacrosse team is still going strong as they entered the tournament top of their division and number 7 overall. Earlier this week, they defeated Doherty at 19-5 at home for the first round of playoffs. Keeper Nina Fazio had 17 saves as she shut out Doherty's offense in the second half of play. Lindsay Phillips led the team with 5 goals and 2 assists. Mary Bates finished with 4 goals and 3 assists, and Juliana Fazio had 3 goals and 1 assist. The team is scheduled to play number 2 ranked Minnechaug later this week. On Saturday, several members of the boys and girls track and field teams will head to Fitchburg to compete in the All-State meet On the girls' list are seniors Abby Laughlin in the 800-meter dash, Paige Seuss in the high jump, and Shannon Kennedy in the decathlon. For the boys, senior Chase Sawyer will compete in the javelin, and sophomore Ryan Dutiel in the triple jump. Best of luck to all those competing this week. That's it for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Colin.
That will do it for us tonight. I'm Bella Kokoyanakis.
And I'm Allie Carrington. Thanks for watching. Good night.